Hey everybody, Tom Britt here, Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Grand Ole Opry. I want to show you, if you love Derek Trucks' playing, as do I, he's phenomenal. There's some, if you want to learn how to play like him, there's some things you need to know. How to set your guitar up, what tuning to use, and what type of slide bar to use. Now, myself, I use a Dunlop 211, which is, as you can see, is a straight piece of glass. Fits over my finger snugly. And I do a lot of behind the bar stuff. Derek uses a Core Seeding bottle, or a reproduction of a Core Seeding bottle. It's not as loud. It's not as fat sounding for me. But what it does do, you can play with speed with these things. They're lighter. They're more agile. So you can do. Now I can't really do that with this type of slide bar. It just doesn't work. It's heavy, slows me down. So that's one of the things that if you want to play like Derek, you're going to have to really use a Core Seeding bottle. They're, like I said, they're light, very mobile, great for vibrato. Great for vibrato, and he uses that a lot. Another thing you need to do, tune your guitar in an E chord. He plays an E chord. Let's go over this. So an E chord, which is, that's an E chord. You start with your top string, E, next string B, next string G sharp. And those are all plain. They're not wound strings. They're plain. And that's probably, I'm using a 13, an 18, and a 22 plain. That's probably, he might use a little lighter than that. I'm not sure. Your next string, these are all going to be wound strings here. So this is your E note again, and that's about a 30 gauge string. Your next note is going to be the B note again, the lower B. That's a 39. And my final note is going to be the low E, which is going to be about a 50. You can maybe use a 52. Not sure if Derek goes that heavy. But you notice Derek, when he plays fingering, which he does every now and then, you notice he doesn't really bend that much. And the reason is there's too much tension. And you got to have a lot of tension. You don't have to have your strings up really high. You just have to have heavier strings so they will support the sound of a lightweight slide. You can get that to sing. So, take that into account if you want to learn Derek's stuff. You got to set your guitar up like him. Now, you also need to look at who he listened to, where he learned this stuff from. He learned it from Duane Allman. Duane Allman used the same tuning, used the Core Seeding bottle, but then go further than that. Where did Duane get it from? He got it from Jesse Ed Davis, the Native American guitar player from Oklahoma who lived in Los Angeles at the time, played on Jackson Browne records, George Harrison, various people like that. And it was, Duane he lived in LA for a while, and he took some lessons from Jesse Ed, and then brought it back to the South, brought it back to Florida and Georgia and Alabama and everything, and started to, do his Dwayne, you know. So I guess that's all I got to say about Derek. I mean, he's just the greatest player in the world. But and the first time I heard him, I thought, man, I want to play like that guy. But I thought, no, you don't want to play like that guy. You need to come up with your own style. You learn from that guy, and that's how he's doing it. He's just playing that. He's playing using the core seed and bottle, tuning a chord and an amp, maybe a tuner in there. He's not using anything else. He's just overdriving the amp, and it gets loud. So bear with it. All right. I'll check back with you. See you.